used to write songs thinking I'd be famous, but here I am still a nobody. Now I write songs that... Hello everybody. So we are moving along. First off, I had tomorrow is my final drum performance with the orchestra. I'm looking forward to it. So I happen to have the house to myself for a while today. I'm trying to get this in. I was hoping to record all this stuff last week. I ended up getting a cold, so my throat just hurt. I could not sing at all. I was off for pretty much the entire time, just being as quiet as possible. So that being said, today my goal is to just do main vocals. My wife is off to her father's for a few days with her daughter, so the house is going to be empty, and my goal then is, while they're gone, is to get the rest of the vocals done so that next week I can sit down and do all the mix downs. So that's my hope. That's we're just gonna put that, my hope. So first off, we're doing it on the 2488. One thing I did make a short video for this, but if you are interested, on my website, if you go to the MPF Project website and go to How To Tascam 2488 Home Guide, this page will be popped up here. This is what I did. That home guide. This is the PDF that I've been using forever to do things on this machine, to learn how it works. I have made it available for everyone. I did not write it. I don't know if it's anywhere. I don't think there's a copyright on it. If there is, I will take it down. That's all I can say about that. So let's go back to my Excel here. So now we're back into the Excel spreadsheet, my favorite spreadsheet in the whole world. This is my three song mixed down, or not mixed down, but track list. So main vocals. So this is where we are right now. Now, like I said, my original goal was to have all this recorded together in one day. Not going to happen, and I probably won't be doing lead guitar either. We'll see, because there's not a lot of space in between things on here. So that being said, so my main goal today is main vocals and then doubling up the vocals. So that's where I'm going to be doing. That's where I'm focusing. So pretty much on all of them, tracks 1 and 2. This should be in green. I don't have it in green. I'll fix that later. So that being said, now I'm on the 2488 here. So as you can see, now I did have an original issue the first time I used this, because I'm new at this machine. This is like, you have to remember, I'm going backwards. I was at the 2488, not the 2488, so the DP32. Then I bought a Model 24, and then I went back in time to the 2488, and next I'm going back even further in time to the 788. Now, I did start on cassette 4-track, so don't think that I just came into the DP32 and that was my life. No, I worked on a 464 for almost, I'd say like almost 20 years. That was not 20 years. Well, yeah, 20 years, probably about 20 years. It was a long time. 19 for sure. And so, yeah, and then I switched over to the DP32 because that had just come out. That version of the DP32 SD had just come out. So this is what we're working on today. Now, now that I've gone off track again, but yeah, the one mistake I had made was I had the stereo button all the way up, which is a boost in that case. So now it's sitting at 0, which is where it should be. And the same with this one, it's sitting at 0. Now this I knew. This one I knew had to be at 0, but this one was new to me. So I seem to be getting a little bit of interference on my screen here, but hopefully that won't matter. So yeah, so what I'm doing is, it's coming in, got the phantom power on. I'm going direct in, so direct from the mic to this thing. And so we'll talk about that. This is a Rode NT1A. It is the anniversary edition. That's what it's listed as. It is. I've had this thing since even before 2013. I've had it for a while. It's pretty much my go-to mic for vocals. I do also have, standing on here, you can't really see it, I have a Samsung tablet, which is what I'm using for my lyric sheet. That has become my go-to. I am tired of paper. So that's what I'm using today. So the NT1A, and I'm going to be plugging it direct in on all of them. I'm not going through the patch bay at all in this case. And so yeah, I'll just start recording. So then we'll talk about it when I'm done. So, all right. I will talk to you soon. All right. So after after a few fumbles, learning something, I'm going to have another video on the 2488 on how to do a punch in and out. So works out well for me. So let's give it a listen here. So I've recorded. Let me show you. Go back to here. So there we are. Tracks 1 and 2 are my vocals. You can see I got input A on track 2. So I didn't like that's the one thing I love about these machines, where you can just assign a track channel wherever you want. I'm going to do a video on the history of that, because it is actually available on the older Tascams as well, and the cassette Tascams. My 238 doesn't do it that way, but that's another story. But we'll talk about that. So that's been done now. So that is now recorded. It's in the can here. I'll give you a little listen. So we'll start at the beginning. I used to write songs thinking I'd be famous, but here I am still a nobody. Now I write songs to make me happy, because I'm doing this just for me. Doing this for me, yeah. Doing this for me. Sometimes you need to be free. I'm doing this for me. So yeah, it's coming along quite well. So that's part 1, 2488. That part is done. I'm going to move on to the DP32. Hopefully my voice will hold out. I am finding that since I lost all that weight, singing is actually a lot easier. So that's a good thing. And yeah, so let's move on to the DP32. Okay, so yeah, I just realized I turned this mic down for my last recording, so I don't know how it's going to sound for that part. I'm going to have to listen to that when I get there. So there might not be the final verdict on the DP2488. We'll see how it sounds. So I am sitting here in front of 2488 was one. So DP32, and yeah, we're just going to do a straight recording. Input A, mic, same everything. Going into the track 1, and then after I'm done, I'll do track 2 for the doubling, and that'll be it for that one. So let's move on. Okay, so I remember to turn this mic back on. Let's give this a whirl just so you can hear what it sounds like. I used to write songs thinking I'd be famous, but here I am still a nobody. Now I write songs that make me happy, because I'm doing this just for me. Doing this for me, yeah. Doing this for me. Sometimes you need to be free. I'm doing this for me. Okay, yeah, so it's sounding good. Now we move on to the big boy, and we get into the 2400 Model 24. There's so many models that they're all in my brain. So let's move on to that. Okay, so I've got the Model 24 set up here. Here we go. Yeah, so this is going to be chord on track 1, switch, chord on track 2. That's about it for this one. Everything else is set up, same mics, everything's same. So let's hit it. Okay, so one thing I got to say is singing the song over and over and over and over again it got easier and I wasn't screwing up as much. So that was kind of nice. So actually on this version, I didn't screw up that much in the one spot that I screwed up on the other one. So let's give it a listen here. I used to write songs thinking I'd be famous, but here I am still a nobody. Now I write songs that make me happy, because I'm doing this just for me. Doing this for me, yeah. Doing this for me. Sometimes you need to be free. I'm doing this for me. So yeah, it's coming along. Like I said, I have the week now to do hopefully everything else, and then I can sit down and do the mix down next weekend, but I might even do it before that. We'll see. Yeah, I might just have it all done before the end of the week, and I have a whole bunch of videos that I have to worry about. Yay! So that's my video today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you later. Bye.